Record. Awesome. So first off, good morning to you too. I'm so grateful that you're here. Those of you watching this live on social media today, I'm doing a training with my amazing clients, and we are going to talk about morning routine, specifically a technique called the 10 before 10, right? And the 10 before 10 technique is a technique that's used by multi-millionaires across the world, right? And it's a way to set yourself up for success when you start your day. The reality of it is, if you cannot win the morning, you will not win the day. And if you do not win the day, you won't win the week, so and so forth, the month, the year. And by the end of the year, you're sitting there looking at those New Year's resolutions that you did not accomplish because you couldn't start by winning the morning. So a technique called 10 before 10 is 10 specific things. Oh, here comes Sarah. Hold on. Morning, Sarah. I'm already in the middle of telling all these amazing people, so I'm glad that you are here. So the 10 before 10 is 10 things that you choose to start your day with that you complete before 10 a.m., right? And these are very important ways to win the day, right? Every time you accomplish one of these 10 before 10s, you give yourself 1 point, right? So you get up, you accomplish one, you give yourself a point. You accomplish the next one, you give yourself a second point. By 10 a.m., you've accomplished 10 tasks that are going to help build momentum for the day and for your life. And by building that momentum for your day and your life, you're setting yourself up for success, be successful in every area of your life. So think about it. If you pick 10 things that you must do every single morning before 10 a.m. and you say, okay, these are non-negotiables. I have to do these. These right here are tools for my success. These right here are opportunities for me to grow, for me to learn, for me to become a better human being, a better person, a better mom, a better dad. Then I have already been more successful than most people in the population, right? It is proven statistically that a morning routine will make you more successful, will set you up, because if you accomplish this thing, whatever you set up for your 10 before 10, if you accomplish it every single morning, you build momentum and it becomes easier, right? Your first day of doing these things might not be super easy, but every single day that you accomplish them, that you finish them, right, becomes easier. And then it becomes routine. And then when it becomes routine, it becomes something you just do every single day. And it makes you feel better about yourself. It makes you feel better about your life, right? And it just makes you be more successful, right? And this 10 before 10 doesn't have to be something super crazy, right? It can be simple tasks stacked on top of each other that set you up for success, right? So those of you watching this on the live broadcast, you're not going to be able to see my screen. I'm on here with 3 of my amazing clients, right? At 7 a.m. on a Saturday, right? That's dedication to results. That's dedication to success right there. I'm actually going to share my screen. Those of you watching this on the replay later on, make sure you drop replay in the comments below and let me know what you got out of this, right? The 3 of you that are here, Lori, Jenny, and Sarah, we're going to go through, we're going to kind of break down a 10 before 10 together and kind of figure out what your 10 before 10 could be, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. Right, and I'm going to pull up, where is it at? I just had it out. Here we go. Okay, so this right here is my exact 10 before 10. Okay, now personally, I approach my life pretty aggressively because for you all know my history, my story. Those of you on social media, if you don't know, right? I did 10 years in prison, right? haven't even been out of prison for 5 years yet, so I haven't even been out for half the time I spent within. And I approach my life aggressively because I have huge goals. I want to make an incredibly huge impact in the world. I want to change hundreds of thousands of lives. And in order to do that, I have to make sure I change my life 100% and put full effort in everything I do. Turn around, do the same with all my clients. And hopefully there's a ripple effect and you all go out there and change lives yourselves. Right? I know many of my clients work in industries, service industries. I got a few teachers. I got, individuals that are in contact, especially if you're a teacher and you're in contact with the youth, you have an opportunity to change hundreds of thousands of lives as well. I'm a little bit jealous because I got to work a little bit harder to get to that place. I got to get to those hundreds of thousands. I got to be here on all these social media accounts to tap in. But you know what? We're making it happen, right? So let's talk about my 10 before 10. And these are all things I do every single morning, right? So number one, I read a morning reading called Just for Today. So for those that don't know, I am a recovering drug addict. I've been clean and sober for almost 6 years. And we have this reading called Just for Today. And Just for Today is a morning reading. It's one page, one short page. It starts with a caption, gives you a breakdown, gives you a prayer for the day. For me, I know that nothing I do, I could never be successful. My business, my family, my education, my clients, everything would go away if I started using drugs and alcohol again. So that is the number one priority for me, to start each day focused on my recovery, because I know if I can keep that under wraps, I can be successful. Drug addiction is so incredibly strong. And if I can stop using drugs, nothing can stop me. If you can stop overeating, if you can stop eating sugar, if you can stop doing things that are hindering your growth, you can be incredibly successful. So I always suggest, whatever your biggest hindrance, your biggest obstacle, the biggest thing that's stopping you from being successful in your life, then I suggest that be number one on your 10 before 10, because that overcoming that, starting your day, using a tool or a technique to overcome your biggest obstacle, you've already won the day. If I know I can get up in the morning and I can read my Just for Today, and I can have this reflection within my soul that I am not going to use drugs or alcohol today, no matter what happens, I know that this is already the most successful day possible. From there, I can build on top of it, right? So number two, I get to my facility, right? And I read my vision board, okay? Every single morning, I go to that vision board, I read it out loud, I say, I am going to do this. I am going to do this. I am going to do this, right? I am going to be a speaker to at-risk youth. I am going to build a successful online coaching business for busy parents. I am going to take trips with my girlfriend. I'm going to Hawaii because everyone goes to Hawaii and I've never been and I want to go. I'm going to surround myself with successful friends. I'm going to change hundreds of thousands of lives. Right? I tell myself every single morning as I read through that vision board, I have quotes on that vision board, right? One of the biggest, most important one that I like right there is it says, do something today that your future self will thank you for, right? Be better than you were yesterday. Like, these quotes remind me that today I just need to do a little better than I did yesterday, and make sure that what I do today will have an effect on those in the future. So once again, number one, I read the Just for Today to make sure my recovery and sobriety are in check. I come in, I read my vision board so that my goals, my visions are always at the forefront of my brain. Number three on my 10 before 10 is I write 5 gratefuls. 5 gratefuls, that's it. It's easy to come up with. I can come up with like 50 things I'm grateful for every single day. I just write 5 things I'm currently grateful for. Right? I have a whiteboard here in my gym. I take out my marker and I write it down. There's something psychological about writing down things, right? It has an effect upon your subconscious. And so I write it down. I write what I'm grateful for. Sometimes it's simple. I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. If you're not grateful that you woke up this morning, there's something wrong. I write down the things that I'm grateful for, and a lot of times it has an effect upon what happened yesterday. You all show up on my gratitude list so often, right? Every time I have a conversation with one of you reach out to me and say, hey, coach, I'm struggling. Hey, coach, can we hop on a call? Hey, coach, I had a rough week. And I get a chance to impact you. And at the end of that message back and forth, you're like, thanks, coach, I needed that. You end up on my gratitude list because I'm grateful to be in a place in my life where I can serve you, where I can help you, right? So number 3 is gratefuls. Number 4 is affirmations. Right now, I'm going to be the first to tell you, years of drug addiction, years of the streets, and homelessness, incarceration. I used to think like I was this really tough guy. And don't get me wrong, like, I know how to fight and defend myself if I have to, but like, I'm a really nice person, right? I'm a really loving, kind, caring human being, right? And I used to always think, and most of my clients are women, all of you are women, so don't be mad at me, right? Coach Paul, don't be mad at Coach Paul, but I always thought affirmations were for girls, right? Like, that's like a girl thing. Like, men don't do affirmation. We're too tough for that, right? That's nonsense, right? Because Just like y'all have hired me as your fitness and mindset coach and nutrition coach to help you in your journey. I have coaches as well, right? I work with coaches. I work with elite coaches, right? I actually just joined their $1 million mastermind. It's $24,000 for the year. That's what I'm spending so that I can become a better coach and help you become better, right? And mindset is a huge part of our education. It's a huge part of the trainings we go through. We do a lot of calls on mindset, education, knowledge, breaking down certain things. And affirmations are something these guys promote all the time. And my two main coaches, they're both have used to be on drugs and homeless and living in trailer parks. And now they're multimillionaires, having families, living their best lives, impacting hundreds of thousands of people. And I want to do the same thing, right? And so I follow their lead. And so 5 affirmations, right? So every morning after I do my 5 gratefuls, I go over to one of the mirrors in my gym right here, and I look at myself in the eyes and I give myself 5 affirmations, right? And those 5 affirmations for me, I repeat it 3 times. And every time I repeat it, I get a little bit more emotional with it. I really dial in my emotions on why these affirmations are important to me, right? And so I want to give you guys my affirmation. And your affirmations can be whatever area of your life you want to be at. See, an affirmation is telling yourself you're at a place where A, you might not believe you are currently, or B, you plan to be one day. Okay, so my first affirmation, right, is I am an amazing father figure for Kai and Rohan. Those are my 2 stepsons, right? My father figure was not the best. He was verbally and physically abusive. He did the best he could. He did what he learned growing up. His dad hit him. He hit me, okay? So I have this self-limiting belief at times that I will be my father, right? My father was married like 6 times, right? Like, you know, and me and him have made amends, and I love him, and we're rebuilding our relationship. But like, he was not the best father figure, you know? And I have this self-limiting belief sometimes that I'm going to be him. And so I tell myself every single morning that I am an amazing father figure for Kai and Rohan, because those 2 little boys mean the world to me. And I want and will be the best father figure they can have. They have their own dad. I don't want to take his place. I just want to be my version of it. Right. So I am an amazing father figure for Kai and Rohan. Number 2, I am the #1. I repeat, the #1 elite online fitness coach for busy parents. I'm not #1 yet, but I'm coming for it. Right? I'm coming for it because I grew up in a broken household. I started using drugs at 15 years old, started getting incarcerated at 15 years old. I did not have a good childhood. I was treated like an animal from 15 to 18, juvenile hall, boys' homes, mental hospitals. And from 18 until my 30s, I was incarcerated. And you know what? I want to change the world, right? And I want to help the youth. And how can I help the youth? Sometimes I got to help the parents first, right? The examples we set for our kids is incredibly important, right? And a lot of parents are not confident in the way they look, the way they feel, because of their health and fitness is lacking, and it rubs off into other areas of their lives, right? So number 2 is I am the #1 elite online fitness coach for busy parents, right? Number 3, I am a successful entrepreneur and business owner. Right now, I currently consider myself pretty successful, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Right? Fitness coaching is just a piece of the puzzle. I've got a lot more plans. I'm not stopping here. This is just a part of my business that I'm building out as I continue to grow. Right? I will hit stages one day and make an impact in the world and speak to the masses and help as many people as I possibly can and set that ripple effect. Right? I want to be like Tony Robbins, but the ex-con with tattoos that's coming from the streets that can change hundreds of thousands of lives, right? And be super motivational. And so in order to do that, I am a successful entrepreneur and business owner, right? Because being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, that's hard sometimes. It's not easy knowing that everything falls on me, my family, my household, my business falls on me. If I don't do it right, it's not going to get done. If it don't get done, I'm done, you know? And so I refuse to take that. So I'm a successful entrepreneur and business owner. Number 4 is I'm a kind, loving, and amazing human being, right? Because for a very long time, I wasn't kind, I wasn't loving, I wasn't amazing. Honestly, excuse my language, but I was a piece of shit, right? And today I'm not, right? Today I am a kind, loving, and amazing human being, right? With two little boys that will have never seen me yell, will never see me angry, will never see me violent, will never see me on drugs, will never see me drinking, right? With clients that will never see that. You know, many of you have told me, oh my gosh, Coach Paul, I didn't know you went to prison for 10 years. I never would have known, right? Because I am a kind and loving and amazing human being. I don't always believe that about myself, right? Because of my past, right? Because of my experience, because of thoughts that sometimes come into my head when I'm going through a hard time, when I'm struggling, right? And so I got to constantly remind myself that I am a kind, loving, and amazing human being, so that I can constantly remember that, and it helps me get me through my day. That's why we do this every day. And number 5, once again, excuse my language, but I tell myself that I'm a bad motherfucker, right? And I yell that right in my face in that mirror, right? Because that's the fact, right? Like, I've done some stuff that I should not be alive. The reality of it, I should not be alive right now. Statistically, I should be doing a life sentence in prison, or I should be dead in the streets, and I'm not, right? And that's because I'm a bad motherfucker, right? So when I doubt myself, I got to keep reminding myself. And all of you are as well, right? You are badass, you know? And the reason why I say that is because you're showing up at 7 a.m. to hop on this call with me right here to learn these techniques. That's some badass movement right there, right? And those of you watching this on the replay, if you take the time to go back and watch this on the replay, you are badass as well. If you're watching this on social media, badass as well. It's a bunch of badasses. I love it. All right, I'm gonna stop cussing now. All right, so number 5, right? Number 5. I do 5 minutes of a stretch and mobility work every single morning. 5 minutes. Everyone, like, there's this whole idea that like you got to stretch for 30 minutes and do all this stuff every single. I spend 5 minutes stretching every single morning. It loosens my body, it warms me up, gets rid of any aches and pains from yesterday's workout, right? And it just prepares me, right, for what's coming, right? It prepares me. I have like certain areas of my body, like I have shoulder mobility issues. So I just spend 5 minutes each morning stretching out my shoulders. I hang from the pull-up bar. I just do different things because I don't want my shoulders to hurt, right? And I have goals, and I am steadily working towards this. If you spend 5 minutes working on something small and important every single day of the week, that's 35 minutes a week. That's more than 4 extra hours you've worked on it in a month. Very small micro habits. So I spend 5 minutes doing stretching and mobility work. Then I spend 5 minutes doing martial arts practice. So I do martial arts. I'm very close to my black belt. On my vision board is to complete my black belt this year, right? I just got my 4th stripe on my advanced red belt, which means I'm about to test for my red black belt, which is the black belt candidate belt. So basically, I'm about to test for the belt before my black belt, right? And my goal of the year is to complete that black belt, right? To push myself to the limit. It's one of my fitness goals for the year that's on my vision board, right? And so I know, like, I go to karate sessions, I go to one-on-ones, I practice on my own time. But once again, if I spend 5 minutes every single morning practicing on it, there's certain areas of the moves that I'm struggling on, right? That from the night before, my instructor said, hey, you got to do this, dial this in. You got to move your hands this way instead of that way. Just cross your foot before you move the hand. And I come up the next morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like 5:15 at this time in my morning when I do this. And I run through this 5-minute drill and practice it, I'm getting that much better. Remember, I said on my vision board, be better than you were yesterday. If I invested 5 minutes into my martial arts practice, that's 5 minutes better than I was yesterday. And at the end of the month, that's over 4 hours extra practice I've done. Now, if you think about it, you practice for 4 hours or do something for 4 hours on a Saturday, that's almost your whole Saturday, especially if you got a family, you got kids, you got a full-time job. But 5 minutes, 5 simple minutes to work on something, that's pretty easy to do right there. So that right there is number 6, right? Number 7 is I respond to all my clients in the app. If you message me in the app before 10 a.m., you message me at night, because when I get home, usually I set my phone down when I do family time. I don't really use my phone at night. Sometimes I find myself, like, if the kids are in the bathtub, I have a little free moment, I'll check my Instagram, and if you guys message me, I'll message you back. But I make sure in the morning, part of my morning routine is to check my app. Before I check social media or anything like that, check my app, because all of you that work with me are a priority. you are a priority in my life, right? And I want you to know that I prioritize your time, your questions, your guidance, the needs you have from me, right? And so before 10 a.m., right? And this is honestly, most of this is done before 7 a.m., right? Even before 6 a.m. actually, because I sit here and I run through this list before my first client at 6 a.m. in person. But if you message me the night before I got up, or before I went to bed and I didn't catch it, I'm responding to you before 10 a.m. right? And if you need a voice note, if you need a quick video, if you need to pick me up, if you need just a reminder that you are a badass and you got this, if you've ever messaged me in the evening or early in the morning, you already know that I do that, right? So you guys are important to me, right? Number 8 is I post on all social media platforms, right? I post on Instagram, I post on Facebook, I post on TikTok. I want to start my day by influencing as many people as I possibly can. I aim to bring value and motivation to the world. So I want to post first thing in the morning, because I know a lot of people check their phones early in the morning before work. They check them at lunch, and they check them after work. So if I could post first thing in the morning, those that check in the morning can wake up and see something motivating. They can pull up their Instagram and be like, oh, what's Coach Paul talking about? And I'm sitting there saying, you got this. No matter what's going on in your life, you can handle it. You're like, oh my God, I didn't believe that. But thank you, Coach Paul, for that motivation. I made an impact, right? If I can post early in the morning and get it out to the world, and you wake up in the morning and watch something that I put out, right? And it motivates you to live a better, healthier life, and you get in your car and you drive to work and someone cuts you off, and because of something I said, you don't cuss them out or chase them down, or you get to work and your coworker says something, or if you're a teacher, one of those kids say something and you don't snap on them or lose your brain because of something I did or said. Or if you get up in the morning and you've had a stressful night, and I just did a post on, why it's important to eat protein, and instead of eating a donut for breakfast, you choose to eat some scrambled eggs and instead, then I've made a positive impact on your life and I was successful, right? So number 8, post on all platforms. Number 9, I finished one podcast episode, right? So I really love podcasts, right? Because once again, my goal is to constantly strive to become better in everything I do. So I very rarely listen to music anymore. I mainly listen to podcasts. So like when I get up in the morning and I get in my car to drive to work, I listen to a podcast, right? And it takes me about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to my car, to get to my facility. And I get here and I've listened to that podcast. And if it's a short podcast for the day, then it's done. If it's not, then at some point, maybe while I'm stretching, or maybe while I am responding to you on the app, I'm finishing up that podcast, because I want to always fill my brain with more knowledge, more mindset, more education, more opportunities for me to become better. Because the better I become, the better I can make the world, right? And as you know, my business is called A Better You for a reason, right? I want you to become a better you, and in order for me to help you do that, I got to become better myself, right? I gotta walk the walk, right? I can't be like, hey, Sarah, you need to work out, and you need to read a mindset book and drink plenty of water and eat protein. And I'm over here sleeping until 10 a.m., eating donuts for breakfast and watching Netflix all day. Like, nah, that's not how I operate, right? I live what I speak, right? And so I want that to portray in everything I do, right? And I want to be like the people I hear on these podcasts, right? So I mainly listen to podcasts from my coaches, right? I listen to their podcasts, right? I listen to podcasts from other people in the coaching program. I listen to podcasts on individuals that are super successful in the world, that are making a difference in the world. Like, I want every podcast that I listen to, I know for a fact that specific person has helped at least 1,000 people change their lives, right? So if I know they've helped at least, and I mean at least 1,000, like my coach alone has helped like 1,400 people build successful online coaching businesses and completely change their lives, and I listen to his coach's podcast, and his coach's podcast has helped like hundreds of thousands. Like, I'm talking about hitting stages and talking to masses of people. Like, that's important to me, right? So I want to be able to, stay tuned with that as well. So I listen to those podcasts. And number 10, last but not least, is I work out. I work out before 10 a.m. That's a priority for me, right? It's on my schedule, right? It is in my schedule. Someone could be like, hey, Coach Paul, I want to talk to you about your coaching program. I'm ready to spend X amount of dollars and get in the best shape of my life. but I am only available at 8:15. I'm not available. That's when I work out. That's when I work out because that's important to me, right? Once again, I walk what I talk, right? I can't sit here and tell my clients, hey, don't forget to get your workout in. It's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe it's 8 p.m. You're just getting home from work. And I'm like, hey, Lori, don't forget to get your workout in today. And the Lori's like, screw you, coach, you didn't work out today. I did my workout and I posted it on social media. And I used my own app, the same app that all my clients use, right? Because I want to set that example, right? And I love working out. It just puts me in such a better headspace. I have more energy from it. And it just makes me feel like a much better human being. And yeah, that's huge for me. So that's my 10 before 10. I'm going to run through it really quick one more time. And then I'm going to open it up if you guys have any questions or if you guys want help setting up your 10 before 10. I still got another 30 minutes till my first client walks in the door here. So I'm here to coach and guide you through the whole thing. Looks like one of my phones is going to die soon. I should have threw it on the charger longer. Oh well. So my 10 before 10. Number 1, read my just for today. Number 2, read my vision board. Number 3, my gratefuls, 5 gratefuls. Number 4, 5 affirmations. Number 5 minutes of stretch and mobility work. Number 6, 5 minutes of martial arts practice. You see the number 5 is popping up a lot here. Number 7, respond to my clients in the app. Number 8, post on all social media platforms. Number 9, finish 1 podcast episode. And number 10, work out. So that's my 10 before 10. That's my spiel on the 10 before 10. And now I want to open it up for my amazing clients that are here on the screen to ask me any questions that you might have about the 10 before 10. If you're watching this on social media, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on the replay, and you would like some help with your 10 before 10, please feel free to send me a message. Send me a direct message on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, wherever you are watching me. Send me a message and be like, yo, Coach Paul, can you help me figure out my 10 before 10? I'd love to help you out. But for now, I'm helping my amazing clients. Let's go. Lori, I'm just picking. There's only 3 of y'all, and I'm picking on y'all. So come on, Lori, ask some questions. Let's talk about it.
Oh, man. I was just trying to think of what's the first thing I want to do in the morning. And I have a Bible verse for mother, a daily Bible verse for moms. So I'm thinking that's going to be the number 1 on my 10 before 10. As soon as I wake up, sit down and read a Bible verse.
Okay. And you said that's a Bible verse for mothers, huh?
Yeah.
Bible verse. Don't mind me. I can't type really well. I'm really good with dumbbells, not keyboards. All right. Bible verse for mothers. Awesome. I love it. How long is that Bible verse? Is it something quick and easy? You can get
It's a quick passage.
Awesome.
Maybe,
Great way to start.
2. Yeah.
All right. What else?
Oh, goodness.
It's okay.
I always take a look at my calendar.
Okay.
I need to sit down and look at my day and write things out for the day.
So look at calendar and plan the day?
Plan the day.
Plan the day. Awesome. Perfect. All right. What else? What we got next?
Ooh. Oh my goodness. 10 before 10. So I plan my day, read my verse. I think I want to put in there something you have, gratefuls.
Gratefuls. All right. 5 gratefuls.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And you know what? Just thinking about those 5 gratefuls for you, Lori. I know you have your notebook, right? You show me your notebook, right?
Yeah.
You just pull out that notebook. So
right? It's right here.
Yeah, it's right there. That notebook has your vision board, right?
Yeah, I got to put that on there.
All right, vision board. There we go.
Yeah.
So you can actually kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Yeah.
If you make it a habit to pull out that notebook every day.
Right there.
Right? Like say you get to work or even before work. However, maybe you sit at the kitchen table and drink your cup of coffee, pull out that notebook, you open it up, you read your vision board and you write 5 gratefuls. Really simple, All right, cool. We got 4 so far. What's number 5?
Okay. Oh, goodness. Gratefuls. Plan the day, gratefuls, vision board. I want to, and I'd like to put this in here, is put some time in on my bike here. So
Time on your bike.
maybe even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes.
Is this where you'll start your day there, or what's the plan on that?
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking if I get up in the morning, jump on the bike before everything, that might just give me a motivation. And if it becomes a habit, then I get some movement in. What's your thought on that?
So would you do it first thing in the morning?
Yeah, I'm thinking, wake up like before I start the day. Or sometime in that before I leave the house.
Sorry, I had to adjust this
No,
phone.
that's okay.
One of my phones is dying. I had to adjust it, Cool. All right. So 5 minutes on the bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Oh, this is what I'm working on with you is meal planning, get my meals ready for the day, like have it out.
So like plan your meals out on the app.
Yeah, exactly. Plug in. I should do it the night before, but if I can make it a habit to do it in the morning.
So look, and now let's just go, real quick. Here's how I would map this out for you, right? You grab your phone, your app is on your phone, your app is on your phone, right? And your schedule is on your phone, right?
Schedule's on my journal.
Your journal? Okay,
yeah,
cool. Then here's what you do, right? You get up, you read your Bible verse for mothers, okay? And you head over to your bike, you bring your phone with you, you ride your bike for 5 minutes while you put your food in the app. Right? You plan it on the phone. I know some of you have gotten voice notes from me while I was at the gym on the treadmill, right? Utilizing my time doing a cardio aspect. Like I wasn't there running or climbing, like doing a crazy workout. I was just like Jenny is right now. I was getting my steps in, right? I was getting a workout in, right? I was killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I was educating, or for me, I was reaching out to you guys while at the same time get my steps in, right? So you got that 5 minutes on the bike. You're riding the bike. You're inputting your food for the day on your phone. Boom. 5 minutes is up. Put the phone down. You grab your booklet, right? Yeah. Now you can plan your day, write your gratefuls, and check your visitor board all in one sitting, right? That's 5 minutes there. So it's 5 and 5 minutes. That's only 10 minutes in your morning. So technically, if you don't have the time right now to do that, you only got to get up 10 minutes earlier to make that happen. It's only a 10-minute difference in your life that can make an exponential difference in your day. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, number 7. What do we got?
Oh, goodness. I need help. I can't.
Cool. I'll give you some, can I coach you?
Some help?
Can I coach you and give you some suggestions?
Yes, please.
How's your water intake every day?
That's lacking.
Cool. 16 ounces of water.
Perfect.
Right? It doesn't have to be super crazy, right? It's just about figuring out certain things like that you're potentially struggling with, right? Or that you want to do better on, and how can you very quickly and easily do those things, right? We don't want to make this too difficult, right? Because we want to make sure that you can get it done, right? But at the same time, you're able to, so you can get it done, right? But at the same time, you're able to do it quickly, efficiently, and it's going to give you like this feeling of accomplishment, right? So if you know you struggle drinking water, you say, okay, I'm gonna drink 16 ounces of water real quick before I drink my coffee or before I get my day started. Let's just get up and just chug 16 ounces of water. You've already won. Boom, you win. That's a win right there, right?
Perfect.
All right, what's another thing? Jenny, Sarah, I hope you guys are planning it out right now too. Jenny or Sarah, if you have any suggestions as well, this is a team effort. We can all do this together.
Hey, Lori, what about affirmations?
I like that. Thank you.
Okay, there we go, Sarah.
Yeah,
thanks, Sarah. All right.
Yeah.
5 affirmations. Now
I do those. Yeah, I do those with my students. So yeah, I need to do them for myself.
There we go. Yeah. So if we think about with like affirmations, pick 5 things, right? And I would suggest they be 5 different areas of your life that are important to you, right? And try to pick the same affirmations And there's a few techniques you can use. Writing them down can be helpful.
Mhm.
Saying them out loud. You got to say them out loud. So you could write them down and then say them out loud, right? And so that way you're saying them out loud. There's once again something psychological about that, right? I would suggest
Okay.
looking at yourself, in a mirror when you do it, right?
Mhm.
Because you're basically like looking yourself dead in the eyes and telling yourself exactly what it is you are, right?
Sounds good.
And keep the same affirmations for a while until they're really ingrained in you. Tell you and bring up some emotions. Like really think about why that affirmation is important. Like those two little boys are so incredibly important to me that when I say that I am an amazing father figure for Kai and Rohan, I use their names, right? I don't say dad because I'm not their dad. I'm a father figure, right? I want to be a father figure. I don't want to be their dad. They have their dad. Their dad loves them. They love their dad. He's a good dude, like cool. I want to be an amazing father figure for them. I am an amazing father figure, but I can always do better, right? And so I'm constantly telling myself that. And they're so incredibly important to me that there's so much deep emotion in that there's no doubt in my mind that I can accomplish that. And that's why it's important to me, right? All right, number 9.
Hmm. Goodness. I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
Usually at work by then. Oh, no, actually, I'm trying to do this before work. Help me.
And some of it could even be, 10 before 10, depending on what time you get to work, it could be broken up at different times, like
Yeah,
for mine, I do most of these before my first client comes in at 6 a.m. And I
true.
train at 6 a.m. client, I train a 7 a.m. client, right? And then my 7 a.m. client leaves and I work out, right? So the workout is the last thing I get done. And sometimes I don't get to finish the podcast yet. And so I do the podcast, while I'm working out. So we are I want to give Jenny and Sarah some time too. So I'll give you 2 more suggestions. And if they don't work for you, you can switch them up. Okay, sound fair?
Perfect.
Cool. So how about, because you're already going to be planning out your meals for the day. So how about you check the app for your workout,
Okay.
right? Because then you can plan accordingly, right? You already pulled it out. You track your food, and then you go to the workout section. You say, all right, what does Coach Paul have me doing today? All right, today is a cardio session, 30 minutes of cardio. All right, cool. Well, I'm about to go plan my day. So when I go plan my day, I put in that 30 minutes of cardio in there. I say, okay, at 6 p.m., I'm doing 30 minutes of cardio, or at 10 p.m., I'm doing whatever that looks like for you. Like Sarah's going to be like 10 o'clock at night. She's going to work out. She's crazy, right? So, you just got, so check the app for your workout, right? And then I think another thing, I think that might be helpful that I would like to suggest you to do, and maybe everyone else that wants to do this as well, is at least for the time being until you figure out some more things, maybe do a quick accountability post in the Facebook group, right?
Okay.
And do this at maybe after you finished all these, right? And just go in the Facebook group real quick and be like, I finished my 10 before 10, and that is literally your 10th one.
Okay, sounds great.
Right? So that's literally like, you could finish the 10th one by telling everyone you finished your 10 before 10.
Got it.
Does that work?
Sounds great. Thank you for your help, everyone.
All right, Jenny.
Okay, unmuted.
I know you are. Let's go.
Okay. I guess first thing I want to do is to make my bed. That was like the first thing that popped into my mind. Like, if I make my bed first thing, like, because I never do it, and it's like you walk into the room and it's a mess, and it kind of like provides like a groundwork. Everything's neat and clean.
Yeah.
So
I love it. Yeah, make your bed. There's actually a really famous talk about making your bed put on by a military soldier. And he was like an army. I don't know his rank, so I don't want to say what his specific rank was, but he basically said, if you can make the first win of the day is making your bed. If you can make your bed, you can win the entire day because you've already won the first thing. Unfortunately, I get up way before my girlfriend does, so she'd be probably pretty pissed if I start making the bed while she's asleep. All right, what's next, Jenny?
Well, usually at this point, I Well, the thing is, I have a routine in the morning already. Like I wake up and then I go brush my teeth and then I put on my workout gear and then I go downstairs and get everything set up for working out because I have to do it first thing in the morning or I don't do it.
Okay, so let's add that on there, right? That can still
Yes.
working out is a part of my life. It's literally what I do for a living. It's still on my 10 before 10 because it's important to me, right? And once again, it's being able to feel successful. So work out. But work out on that.
Yep.
Perfect.
And then I also, before I work out, I have a 64-ounce, I should show you. It's this thing that I got from Amazon.
Okay.
It's 64 ounces of water. And so I fill that up and my goal is to drink that whole thing.
Before your workout?
No, the whole day.
The whole day. All right. So how much? So let's set a number that you want to drink as part before 10.
I think 16, what Lori had is pretty good because
Cool.
I usually drink about 8 ounces during the workout anyway.
Speaking of water, I got to drink me some water.
So yeah, 16 is good.
All right.
And then at that point, I'm like rushing to take a shower and then get ready. And then I'm driving to work and I'm at work by 8 o'clock. So 10 before 10, unfortunately, I'm like, it would have to be a lot of like 2-minute, 5-minute things because I'm already in my chair at work working at 8 a.m.
No, I know. Well, so then that's what you see. If you see mine, I got a couple 5-minute things. And some of these things don't even take 5 minutes, you know?
The thing is, I don't typically check emails or anything until the end of the day. So it becomes a time suck in the morning if I do actually look at my emails and
for
a
sure.
distraction. So I don't do that. I listen to the radio in the morning. How can I incorporate that? It's kind of like my getaway in a way. It's like your podcast kind of a thing. I'm trying to like de-stress in a way.
All right. So is there like a certain show you listen to?
Oh yeah, the morning show with like what was it, 97.3. It's always a nice like getaway.
Ooh, perfect. We got it on there.
I don't get road rage. It's great.
Hey, that helps you be successful for the day, then that's important. So we'll put that on there. I think another thing, just keeping it simple, shower, right? That's part of your morning routine, right? Like
yeah, because sometimes you don't shower or you don't wash your hair because you don't have time.
Yeah. So that right there. What else? I got a good one. Can I give you a suggestion, an idea?
Yeah.
How about, and I'm sure you probably already do this, but like telling your kids you love them before you leave for work.
They're usually not awake, but when I would leave for work.
That's okay. You don't have to be awake.
Yeah, just tell them through the door. That's
just open the door and be like, I love you, beautiful little angels.
and mean it.
Yeah. So you won't put that on there or what?
I will put that on there. That's a great idea.
All right, what else?
Well, I guess meal prep kind of a thing. I usually do that the night before but I pack everything in the morning.
Okay, so pack food for the day. Cool. Is there something you do when you first get to work? Like something, like, okay, I get to work and this is the first thing I need to do because it sets me up for success for the day.
Coffee.
You drink your coffee at work, not at home?
I drink my coffee at work, not at home.
Okay.
I don't really need coffee to like really wake up, but I need it to kind of stay focused.
Got it. Perfect. That works.
All
right, what else? We're almost there. We got two more.
I guess prioritize and plan the day, because that's like the first thing I do is I look at my emails and then I plan my day.
Got it. All right.
And maybe check protein levels, because that's where I am not very good. So it would be nice before 10, because that's after I have my breakfast, to see what my proteins levels are at and if I need to like eat a protein bar or like slip that in. I feel like that would be good.
Got it. So let's make it more interesting, right? Instead of check protein levels, right? So if you check the protein levels and the protein is low, what are you going to do? You're going to eat a protein shake, eat a protein bar, you're going to get some more protein, right? So
Yes.
let's say eat 30 grams of protein,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
right? So if you say before 10 a.m., I'm going to eat 30 grams of protein. You've already started your day off strong, right? So
That's
that
a great
means,
idea.
you know, whatever you eat for breakfast, you see what that is. And maybe it was, you know, you're on a time crunch this morning. It was 2 eggs, you know, and that's only 10 grams of protein. All right. So you need a protein shake or a bar when you get to work to fulfill that 30 grams of protein before 10 a.m.
Perfect.
Awesome. All right, Sarah.
All right, I'm ready. So
By the way, I just want to cut you off real quick, Sarah. I love and appreciate you so much. Sarah is currently my longest standing client. She's been with me since 1962. And, and she is amazing, right? Now, me and Sarah have been together for a long time, and she's just crushing it. I was just talking about you the other day I was actually talking about you on one of my live broadcasts about self-limiting beliefs, how you thought you could never run again because you had knee surgery, and then, you know, ran your fastest mile ever, and you're just killing it, you know, and you're just amazing, Sarah, and I appreciate you. All right.
thanks. Well, I appreciate you too. And I do work out at 9 and 10 o'clock at night. So
Yeah.
morning workout will work for me. So I also have
burpees at 10 o'clock at night for Sarah.
I do. No, seriously, no joke. But I do make my bed. I would like to make my bed in the morning. So that's number one, just because I feel better in the day.
Awesome.
Because I work out at night, it is good to stretch my body. And so I want to do a 5 to 10 minute row in the morning just to kind of get moving.
So let's pick a specific number. Yeah.
So, okay. I said 5 to 10 minutes because on my rower, they have different workout settings. And like time is either like a 5-minute breathe or like a 10-minute cold, like warm up.
Okay.
So kind of depends
on all right. 5 to 10 minute row workout. Got it. Yeah. All right. So make bed, 5 to 10 minute rower.
Right for 15 minutes.
Right. Okay. Right for 15 minutes. Got it. Is it something specific you're going to write, like journaling or something?
So no, I have chapter deadlines for publication coming up, and so
okay. Yes, I love that. Perfect. Okay, right.
So it's hard to get going, but if I
can
get 15 minutes a day. What's that?
You're writing a book?
I have a couple book chapters coming out this year. I just have to hurry and get them done.
Okay, awesome. That's exciting. All right, cool. So
I have tons of books to read. So I want to read 1 chapter a day, just so I'm getting it going.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Write for 15 minutes.
So write for 15 minutes, read 1 book chapter a day in the morning.
1 chapter a day. All right, got it. I can't spell chapter.
Write a daily to-do list. I have big to-do lists, but like what are my priorities for the day?
Got it. All right.
I drink tons of water.
I know you do.
Right. So I drink 120 ounces a day, but I want to do 40 before 10. 40.
You're gonna drink a 40 before 10.
I am.
Of water, guys.
Water.
Not a 40 ounce of beer, okay?
Nope. Those college days are gone. And then 5 gratefuls.
All right. 5 gratefuls, got it.
Record and track my food just to really get focused. That way I know how I'm starting the rest of my day or starting my day for the rest of it.
Perfect. Record and track food. Got
it. A morning check-in. And so between my mom, my sister, and my best friend, we'll text each other in the morning. And I want to be the first one to send that message and check in with folks.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Add me to that list.
Okay.
On the app. Send me a message on the app. That way, because sometimes I get up in the morning, I have check in and see if respond to any messages to my clients before 10 a.m. Sometimes I check and you guys ain't send me no messages. So I'm like, they don't love me.
You're usually the first one at 6 o'clock sending me messages.
I know.
And then make my lunch. We'll do meal planning, but once it's kind of hectic in the morning, trying to get out the door, or I'm just not feeling it, or I'm teaching that day. And so it's kind of hard to figure out what I want to eat in between meetings and class. So be committed to making a lunch.
Awesome. Committed to making your lunch. All right. So make your bed, 5 to 10 minute rowing workout, write for 15 minutes, read 1 chapter a day, write a daily to-do list, 40 ounces of water, 5 gratefuls, record and track food, morning check-in, make lunch.
Yep.
Love it. All right. We have gotten our 10 before 10s written out before 8 a.m. Look at that. Look at that. So real quick, those of you that are watching this either on social media or those of you that are watching this on the replay in our private Facebook group, do me a favor. If you would like more information on 10 before 10, you can watch this whole video. You can send me a message. You can send Lori, Sarah, or Jenny a message because all of them now know 10 before 10 and have written up their 10 before 10s. Ladies, I'm going to send all these 10 before 10s to you in case, unless you've already written them down. I'm definitely going to hold on to them because I'm going to be checking in to see if you're actually doing them because I want you to be successful. And I know that for a fact, since I started doing my 10 before 10, my days have been a lot more productive. I've gotten a lot more done and I felt I've been a lot happier, right? And honestly, you know, me personally, because I'm aggressive with what I'm doing and I'm aggressive towards my goals. When I developed this, when I learned about this technique and I said, I'm going to implement this into my life. I started waking up at 4:30 in the morning to make sure that I can get this done while still fulfilling everything I want to do each day. That's just me being super aggressive because I just want to change the world, right? And I appreciate all of you for joining. Those of you on social media, hope you have an amazing day. I'm going to finish having a conversation with my clients and you can't know what we're talking about because it's secret stuff. All right, so thank you all so much for joining today. This was fun. This was awesome. It's always a pleasure to have a conversation with you guys and just try to, you know, give a little insight, give a little love for you all. Just a little information for you so you guys know I am going out from the 1st through the 17th. I'm going to be doing some traveling, right? We're taking the kids to Legoland for the first week of April. And then the second week of April, I'm going out to Arizona for a coaching conference. I'm still going to be I'm still on my laptop and my phone. I'm still going to be doing my part in your app, in the app, you know. I'm still going to be doing my check-ins, doing all that stuff. My check-ins might be really early in the morning or really late at night when we're not at Legoland, you know, on Wednesday and on Monday. But I'll still be harassing you. I'll still be here if you guys need me. So you send me a message, I will be responding to that. Might not be as quick as usual, but it'll still be within that 24-hour period that I promised you I would stick to. And what else? Was something else. Oh yeah. Don't tell nobody yet, but I've started recording episodes for my podcast. I'm starting a podcast. April 27th is my mom's birthday and I'm launching my podcast in her memory. April 27th marks 10 years since she passed away. And you know, I did 10 years in prison and I felt this is like a perfect time. I did 10 years and that 10 years made me who I am today. So in celebration of her life on her 10 years birthday, her birthday, 10 years since she passed away. I want to start my podcast, and part of my podcast, I'm just warning you all now, is I'm coming for all my clients and I'm going to be interviewing all of you and we're going to be having a conversation. And I just want you to share your stories with the world too, because I think we all have an opportunity to make a difference in the world. I love and appreciate all of you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So
Thanks.
my next client should be walking in any second now. So I hope you all have a great day. Okay.
All right. Have a great Saturday.
Bye, everyone.